Introduction to coaching and mentoring. Introduction to the module. Welcome to Module 1 of your Coaching and Mentoring course. This opening module will give you an overview of where your dream career will fit into the industry once you are a qualified professional, and introduce you to some of the key concepts of coaching and mentoring. Topics to be covered in this module are: what coaching is, 5 principles of coaching, definitions of a coach, duties of a coach, characteristics of a successful coach, coaching traps and problems, what mentoring is, definitions of a mentor and mentee, roles and responsibilities of a mentor. What is coaching? Coaching is the process by which a coach and a coachee, the person being coached, work together to maximize the coachee's ability to achieve and develop. This can be professional, personal, or even athletic development. The 5 principles of coaching: ability to gather information, ability to listen, awareness of what's happening around you, ability to instruct employees, ability to give feedback. Gathering information. A potential coachee may not know what coaching they need. Learn about an individual's hopes, goals, and interests without being intrusive. Listening. A coach needs to listen rather than hear. Active listening and empathetic listening are the best skills to help a coach create the necessary trusting relationship. What's happening around you? Communication is key. Open, frequent communication is effective in learning about coachees' problems and anticipating their needs. Instruction. It's not good to identify a coachee's troubles and be unable to help. Impart advice effectively and efficiently. Feedback. Making time to provide positive reinforcement and corrective feedback is the best way to progress. A coach defined. A coach is somebody who can help others to achieve something in personal or professional life. A coach is a professional who will be able to train individuals and groups to identify and fulfill their potential. Duties of a coach. Performing well in the role of the coach requires the execution of certain duties that fall within the principles of coaching. While the role will, of course, vary based on your workplace, as a trained professional, you will have to be ready to fulfill the following obligations. Acting as a role model for high performance. Setting a perfect example for your employees is key, and you have to perform your own job with integrity and honesty if you are to be a good coach. It's unlikely that a coachee will respond positively to you if you don't maintain your credibility as a role model. Hiring the best employees. Taking on staff is essentially the first step of the coaching process. You need to hire individuals who are open to development, are curious and investigative, and who respond positively to challenges. Creating a motivational working culture. A potential coachee needs to be receptive to coaching for the betterment of them, you, and your business. It's important to encourage this by building strong working rapport with your employees and allowing them space to fulfill their objectives, by creating a flexible management style that works for both parties. Further techniques include considering mistakes as teachable moments, recognizing and encouraging employee improvement, temper negative feedback with positive reinforcement. Employee goal setting. Be clear and specific about the expectations of coaches and employees. You should have a system of key performance indicators, KPIs, to measure how well an employee is working towards the goals that you have set for them. Keep employees motivated by being mindful of the following. Regular updates on department or individual goals and progress towards them. Keep employees up to date on company-wide issues such as general strategy, company performance, and company financial health. Elaborate on company values by applying them to specific situations your coaches can relate. Keep these factors in mind when setting goals for your coachees. They will be naturally more receptive to feedback, even if it's negative. Feedback. To make feedback valuable. Don't ad-lib, otherwise feedback will be affected by your personal frustration. Be patient. If employees immediately understood your feedback, they wouldn't need coaching. Allow them time to understand. Use specific examples of coachees' work on which to provide feedback. They will be more receptive to your comments. Use non-judgmental language. Use a calm, clear, friendly tone of voice and positive body language to communicate your message. Don't ask why questions. They can make people defensive. Ask how, who, what, and where. Feedback must be relevant. Stick to the specifics of an individual's work. Listen to your coachee's response and allow them time to formulate one. Appraisal and development. During performance reviews, don't focus on an assessment of a coachee's shortcomings or successes. Use appraisal to create a development plan that forms the groundwork for a coachee's achievements going forward. Focus a plan on no more than 2 or 3 areas in which a coachee can improve. Through observation and appraisal, identify these areas and create a program of training. Give a coachee clear goals and clear indications of how to achieve them. Base your development plan on assessed employees' skills. Observe employees' behavior and work to make this assessment. Implement the plan within the wider context of the company goals and around the employees' regular workload. Don't condescend by setting them goals they can easily complete. Work from the level upward. Demonstrate. A coachee will learn best if you show them how to complete a task. Follow up. Check in often on your coachee to ensure they are completing the task correctly. Support. Ensure your coachee is provided clear written instructions. Consider assigning another experienced employee to help them with unfamiliar tasks. Always provide your training in a separate space free from distraction and intrusion. Praise. Praise is separate from feedback, and giving clear, concise praise concerning specific achievements is key to maintaining morale and rapport. Praise motivates coachees to continue achieving based on their development plan and personal goals. If you don't make time to give employees praise, you are liable to create divisions that can encourage deliberate insubordination. Worst of all, a well-performing employee can become demotivated, and the quality of their work can suffer. Characteristics of a successful coach. A great coach must ask questions and listen to answers. Guide a coachee toward answers and allow them to discover independently. A coachee may not know how to pinpoint a problem they are having. Ask judicious questions and rephrase what they are saying to guide them. Look at situations from different perspectives and help coachees do the same. You aren't there to solve problems or make decisions for a coachee, but to help them do this for themselves. Clarify. A coachee's problem is a needle in a haystack. Be the magnet. Lead by example. Show a coachee where they can get to by demonstrating your work. Coaching traps and problems. Hiring the wrong people. Begin coaching before onboarding in order to hire well. Interview candidates multiple times with multiple interviewers for maximum perspective. A refined hiring process will minimize risk. Poor orientation. An individual cannot excel in a role that is not set out for them. Make sure that they are on the right path from day one, and that any shortcomings identified in the interview process are addressed before their first day. Breaking promises. Never promise anything you cannot deliver. It will destroy your rapport, undo your hard work, and make coachees less receptive to your training. Changing management styles. Corporate coaching is a management style that relies on open, honest communication, mutual respect, and rapport. If it isn't working, it's because those values have not been correctly built, and adopting an aggressive management style is not going to help work get done. Damaging self-esteem. It's demotivating and incorrect to coach negatively. Avoid generalizing with never or always when giving feedback. Instead, be more specific so it doesn't seem like character assassination. Attitudes. Avoid criticizing a coachee's personal attitude. If you believe an employee to be lazy, question the evidence and use it to form constructive criticism. Not following up. There's no use in coaching somebody without checking the results. Once you've taught a skill, have it repeated back to you in their own words and check in regularly afterwards to make sure they have understood. Placing the blame. Don't assume that an employee knows they are making mistakes. Rather than them being knowingly at fault, the communication of the task may have been faulty. Check regularly to avoid this. Ignoring problems. An unwatched pot overboils. Don't ignore errors. They tend to get worse rather than fix themselves. Unrecognized improvement. If you let employees' achievements go unrecognized or unrewarded, they will become demotivated and it will damage rapport. Failure to direct. Keep employees abreast of department and company goals and KPIs and progress toward them to maintain motivation. Unrealistic demands. Analyze a task before delegation to make sure the obstacles before completion are not insurmountable. Being impatient. Patience with an employee indicated you believe they can succeed. If an employee doesn't believe they can succeed, their work will be undermined. Mentoring. What is it? Coaching can be considered a more informal, shorter-form subset of mentoring. Mentoring inverts the top-down training of coaching, allowing mentees to lead the way developmentally by fostering a positive, supportive relationship with their mentors. Mentors are essentially teachers. They have access through experience to the answers and guidance mentees need. Mentees are those looking to improve themselves or their performances and need the support of more learned individuals. Roles and responsibilities of a mentor. A mentor must help a mentee analyze and develop themselves. They must create a trusting relationship with their mentee and guide them towards development. Mentee's personal and professional development is the ultimate goal. Summary. In this introductory module, we've learned that a coach and coachee are two who work together to maximize the coachee's ability to achieve and develop. That the 5 principles of coaching are gathering information, listening, being aware, instructing, and giving feedback. That your main role will be to train individuals and groups to identify and fulfill their potential. That to be a successful coach you must ask and answer questions, guide, discover, look at different perspectives, help coachees solve problems, clarify, and lead by example. that mentoring is a more informal subset of coaching, and a mentor must help a mentee analyze and develop themselves. Professional and personal development is the ultimate goal.